Today I'll be showing you 7 habits that will get you ahead by the time 2026 begins. Starting with daily exercise. A healthy man can have 1,000 problems until he has a health problem. Now he only has one. That's why it's essential that you work out for at least 30 minutes to an hour, whether it's free weights, calisthenics, and that you walk 7,000 to 10,000 steps every single day so you're able to reach that peak longevity. If you don't really know where to begin, I recommend doing 50 push-ups to 100 push-ups every single day so that you can build that foundation of upper body strength and core strength. However, if you can't do 100 push-ups or even push-ups in general, start with small progressions like knee push-ups so that you slowly start progressing over time. The goal is to have fun, be healthy, and to achieve that physique you've always wanted. Now that you're building a healthy body, it's time we build a healthy mind, which takes us straight into habit number 2. Reading 10 pages every single day. A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies, and the man who's never read lives only one. Which means that the amount of value and information that you're going to be getting from these people's past experiences is actually huge. You're basically borrowing someone's mind and you're learning from their mistakes, their perspective, their values, and their wisdom. But make sure you're buying the books that fit into your category. If you're into fitness, buy fitness books. If you're into business, buy business books. If you're into psychology, buy psychology books. And once you purchase those books, read 10 plus pages every single day, because by the end of the month, that's already 300 pages. And by the end of 3 months, that's already 900 pages, and that's 3 or 4 books done. And by the end of it, your brain's gonna completely rewire itself, and you're gonna become that jack nerd that every girl wants. Maybe. Anyways, on to habit number 3. Learning a skill daily. Not everyone can be a great artist, but a great artist can come from anyone. You need to learn a skill that will benefit you in the long run, whether it's learning calisthenics, learning an instrument, learning a language, or just learning something that you love. I tend to tell this to a lot of people. If you have a deep passion for something you love, turn it into a job. If you know how to help someone lose weight, become a personal trainer. If you cook really good food, maybe make a recipe book and show the whole world what you have to offer. But the thing is, you need to know what you're doing. That's why this habit usually has a higher reward at the end of it, due to the amount of consistent effort and patience you're going to be pouring in over time. So spend about an hour or 2 a day till you get to a point where you're really good at it and you can make it a full-time job. Habit number 4. Stop consuming and start learning. Basically, if you want to develop a skill, you need to replace 30 minutes of scrolling with 30 minutes of creating and learning. We're living in an era where people are making thousands of dollars a month by just using their phones. And the question you should be asking yourself is, how are they doing this? Well, they start by studying their competitors, seeing what's working for them, and watching how they edit their videos. For example, if you want to start making content around a certain niche that you have in mind, but you don't know where to start by looking at your favorite creator's account and look at their content and ask yourself these 2 simple questions. What can I offer that's better, and what value is missing that hasn't been mentioned yet? Just find those missing gaps, use what's already working for others, and add your own original twist. So remember to watch content with purpose, notice what's working, what's missing, and why this is engaging with people. Habit number 5, create a skincare routine. A skincare routine is not an expense. If anything, it's an investment in yourself. And your skin is actually the first thing many people tend to notice first, even yourself. So that's why it's really important that you have a clear and healthy skin, because it's gonna increase your confidence in many ways you wouldn't even think of. So I recommend this 3-step routine. First is the cleanser to help remove oils and sweats. Second is moisturizer to hydrate and keep the skin balanced. And third is sunscreen or SPF, which helps with aging and dark spots. I personally use Vanity Cream Gentle Facial Cleanser, which is free of dyes, free of fragrance, and good for sensitive skin. For my moisturizer, I use a Vanity Cream Daily Facial Moisturizer, which is also free of dyes, fragrance, and good for sensitive skin. For my sunscreen and SPF, I use a 55, but I plan on switching to a 30 for personal reasons. You just gotta also make sure that you use the correct products. Because I tried a product my friend recommended me, and I made the mistake of putting it all in my face before putting it in a small portion, which ended up leading me to having a terrible skin reaction. As you can see, it was really bad. But make sure you're testing these products and don't just put anything on your face. But once you finally have your products, you tested them and they work, start using your cleanser as directed every day. Then from there you rinse off and you use your moisturizer, and then from there you use your sunscreen or SPF. Now for the 6th habit, we have journaling. Your mind is like a messy room. Journaling is how you clean it up. If you're having a bad day, write about it. If you suck at time management, then write down a strict routine that suits you. And if you have a plan, write about it. Not only are you being honest with yourself while journaling, you're pouring out your thoughts, ideas, and things that you can always go back to remember. I started journaling about 3 years ago in 2022, and I can tell you that the best part has been looking back to the very beginning of my struggles and looking at it now in 2025, knowing that I've accomplished them all. And I'm telling you, if you start right now, you start writing down your goals as of 2025, by the end of 2026, you're gonna either accomplish these goals or you're gonna improve in a way. So make sure you're using this journal to reflect, to plan, and to create. Last but not least, the 7th habit, save $20 or more a week. Honestly, anyone can do this, especially if you have a job or some kind of stable income flowing through. And if you do, start by saving $20 a week and over time build that up to 50 and eventually to 100. That way you'll have an emergency fund ready to help you in case life throws some kind of unexpected expense on you. You never know. And by the end of the month, depending on how much you put $20 a week, that's $80 a month. By the end of 3 months, that's $240. If you put $100 a week, that's $400 in a month, and $1,200 in 3 months. If anything, you can even try the 50-30-20 rule that I'm sure you've heard of. It's when you do 50% on needs, 30% on wants, and 20% on savings and investments. Basically, this habit just ensures that you have a second option and that you don't rely too much on your checkings account. So depending on your goal, that's really up to you, but trust me, your future self will thank you for this. Anyways, that is all 7 habits you should be doing before 2026. I really hope you learned something valuable, and if you want more content like this, consider subscribing, stick around, and I will see you guys on my next video. Peace.